Trevor, you've got a question here about how to prioritize between passion, purpose, and duty.
Ah, I love that.
Do you want to elaborate on it?
Yeah. Konnichiwa, Christina-san. How do you manage it? So you know, I love what you're saying about passions and purpose, right? Those are really important things to work out for you as an individual. But the thing that always I think sometimes gets lost in these kind of aspirational discussions is people have responsibilities and duty as well. And it could be that they're a carer, or they could be a supportive partner in marriage. You could have children. And so how do you still, you know, execute on your purpose that you might have identified for yourself when you have duties that you've got to fulfill?
That's a wonderful question, and thank you so much for bringing it up. We were actually discussing about that with one of my fellow coaches and also a lot of my clients recently. And I think I wanted to bring a couple of new concepts. Has everyone heard of the concept of Ikigai, which is a Japanese way of calling the reason for being, the reason for living? Is anyone familiar with that? No? Okay. So some of us are, yeah. So in Japan, there's two concepts, actually. Ikigai, which is the reason why we're alive and why we live, and Ikizama, which is the way in which we live. And I think Ikigai almost is what encapsulates that purpose, that passion, that why, through the joy in life. So I think it's quite a very strong need for humans, for the human psyche, to identify with joy in order to fuel our dreams and our purpose, and make sense of life, make sense of our meaning in life. And you know, we can use that for our work. It's not necessarily associated with work, but it's something that we can utilize towards making sense of our career. The other element is Ikizama, which is translated loosely as the way of life. And that comes with the heaviness of duty and responsibility. And I think what's beautiful about the Zen philosophy and about the Eastern way of understanding these two opposing, technically, concepts is that they are meant to be in balance, that we are, in essence, given our Ikizama, our responsibility, our circumstances, and we need to rise through them, and still we have access to Ikigai, which is our passions and our joy and our purpose. So really, it's not about having 100% of everything. It's finding our way through both, because they're necessary, and that's why we're given the Ikigai, and that's why we're given our Ikizama. So all of our circumstances are absolutely necessary for our psyche to rise and choose what's important for us, not completely despite of what's happening to us, but because of that. So I know I'm romanticizing it. It's not as romantic, but there's definitely the duality that's important and that you brought up for discussion, Trevor, and that's why I absolutely love your question. So I don't know if I'm answering in a way that...
Yeah, I think you've answered it there, and the way I've always thought about it is striking a balance, right? You can never get that perfect situation where all of your passions are fulfilled, all your purpose is fulfilled, but there can be time when it does, right? And if you're in a relationship, you can balance time for each other to achieve a common goal. So striking a balance is always an important thing for me. Anyway, thank you, Christine.